Buckle up, Buttercup, because Sharon got another one. How's it going, everybody? This is Mackenzie with the Big Ten Team Rivalry Show, and we are on commitment watch for Michigan yet again. They got another one, and the rumor is it's a big one. We'll get into it in just a second. Before we do, if you haven't liked or subscribed yet, please do so. It does a lot to support the channel, and man, we were so thankful. We have blown up in the past couple of weeks, and it's been awesome. We're honored to have you all with us. It's just been a ton of fun, and we're going to keep on bringing you these little news snippets talking about Michigan recruiting because, Sharon Moore posts, yes, sir, with the eyeballs, and hashtag go blue with the little blue, almost looks like a crystal ball type thing. Maybe that's kind of a nod to the whole, somebody got crystal balled to Michigan. But either way, Michigan with another commitment. Now, we don't know who it is yet. Sharon Moore just posted this. He does this whenever Michigan gets a commitment. He posts this, and we don't know who it is just yet until the actual announcement of the commitment comes through. And the rumors are interesting. I'm going to give you my thoughts in just a second. I just want to show some of these responses, though. James Yoder coming in with Sir Sharon Moore landed another 5-star with the Georgia. I don't know. Are we allowed to joke about that part of 9/11? Because 9/11 is not really a jokey type thing, but this image does make for a lot of really great memery. Snoop Dogg's kind of surprised he doesn't look high in this one. I guess his eyes are a little glassy, but surprised nonetheless. You got the Michigan flag from Blue Wolverine, the Red Ranger with that one shot from that one movie that guy's in. Wink Martindale saying excellent, and then everybody's favorite animated movie, Shrek. That's the first Shrek, isn't it? Maybe it's Shrek 2. It doesn't matter. In any case, who is the recruit? Now, the rumors are there are people who have said maybe it's Calvin Russell, the 5-star wide receiver. That would be a massive get from Michigan. There are also people who say that potentially could be Travis Johnson, another wide receiver. He's a 4-star. Here's what we're looking at right now. So we got this tweet from U of M coverage. 2026 5-star wide receiver Calvin Russell has been predicted to Michigan by On3's Stephen Wagner. I don't know a lot about Stephen Wagner myself. I know On3 can be kind of iffy here or there. Generally, I like to see, the guy from 247, I can't remember his name, but he's usually pretty good with recruiting. Generally, I like to see what he's got in terms of predictions. But either way, this is a prediction for Michigan to land 5-star wide receiver Calvin Russell. That would be a huge get because he is 6'5.5", 190 pounds. There's footage of him just leaping over defensive backs for touchdown passes. I mean, this would be an incredible get for Michigan. This would change the game. They've already got a couple of really good wide receiver commitments coming into the 2026 class. This would kind of be the gem in the crown, if you will, I guess. Mortimer saying that would be great, but I'll believe it when it's official. Yep, I kind of follow that as well. When is he announcing? Bought, not built. Caleb Downs Enjoyer says bought, not built. I don't know how many times I have to say this. I'm sure that everybody who's watching this video has heard me say it before. This is the new era of NIL. If you didn't want NIL, stop screaming, oh, the players should get paid. Maybe the players should get paid. Maybe we should have roster caps. But I'm sorry, this is where the market went with college football. If you don't like it, sorry. Okay, your team is just as capable. Ohio State's just as capable of buying players as Michigan is. Frankly, everybody is capable of buying players. This is a point Steve Dace makes. And I go, sometimes I disagree with Steve Dace. I'm just putting that out there. But this I thought was a good point where he said everybody can pay. Everybody's got the ability to pay. So with that off the table, you're probably going to come back to a point where kids are going to the different schools because the program speaks to them or the culture speaks to them or the coaching speaks to them or the relationships or just who's already on the team. I mean, like I've said in prior videos, Bryce Underwood was a turning point for Michigan recruiting. If Michigan can flip a Bryce Underwood and get a quarterback like that on the team, then they're going to start bringing in the wide receivers. And then more quarterbacks will see, okay, now Michigan's kind of filling out their roster with some wide receivers, really good line play. Let's see if they actually throw the ball this year. And I think that'll be key from Chip Lindsey's offense. If Michigan starts throwing the ball this year, that's going to prove to future recruiting classes, hey, Michigan is leaning more into the pass. And that's going to give them the shot that they need at, even better quarterbacks. Maybe not even better than Bryce Underwood, because the rumors out of camp are that he's a generational talent and he's going to win the Heisman in his junior year or something, maybe sooner. I don't know. We'll believe it when I see it. But, they'll have consistent shots at landing really good talent at quarterback and at wide receiver. And that would just be huge for Michigan as a program if they could supplement the run game with a really strong passing game, or try and go more 50-50. If they can go more 50-50, they'll beat anybody with the defense that Michigan traditionally has. Now, there was a tweet that came out, Syracuse Barry, saying, breaking, a source close to the situation tells Barry 5-star wide receiver Calvin Russell has selected Syracuse. Syracuse has been in the running. I'm at 6 minutes. Okay. Syracuse has been in the running for Calvin Russell. There isn't really anything to substantiate this. And in fact, Calvin Russell even responded to it. I think this is Calvin Russell anyway, with a blue hat. Is that blue because of Michigan? I don't want to read too much into it because I can't even identify if that's actually Calvin Russell. Let's see if we can. I freaking love this SpongeBob meme. That's just amazing. Oh, I love it. That's great. But there's no evidence that Calvin Russell has selected Syracuse. There's nobody from Michigan is coming out saying, uh-oh, it's not looking good for Michigan all of a sudden. It looks like Russell might be headed to Syracuse. And in fact, that On3 prediction came out just a couple of hours ago, 2:16 p.m. on July 3rd in the year of our Lord, 2025. So this was just a couple of hours ago. I don't know exactly when this was posted. I'm going to guess somewhere around 4 o'clock Eastern time, just given, you see the 7 o'clock down here. Right here, 7:12 is when Moose posted this. Moose, how's it going? Thank you for the stuff here. And this was posted 3 hours before that. So I'm going to say this was posted somewhere around 4 o'clock or so Eastern time. I tend to believe this U of M coverage more than I believe this, especially since it seems like somebody who kind of sounds like he is Calvin Russell is sort of kind of playing with it. I don't know. I want to throw this in there real quick before we get to the Travis Johnson of it all. Was it Travis Johnson? Yeah, Travis Johnson of it all. I saw this and I had to bring it up. 4-star quarterback Luke Fahey has committed to Ohio State. And that's a big get. That's a big get for Ohio State. I mean, he's a 4-star quarterback. He's obviously got to be talented. Good. But it's just kind of funny seeing that, Ohio State had a recruiting win over Indiana and Stanford for a quarterback. And that's no shade at this kid. He might be a diamond in the rough. But it's kind of funny that Michigan is beating out Alabama and Ohio State for recruits, but Ohio State's beating out Indiana and Stanford. Okay. These two things are not the same. And I get it. I'm just trying to be funny here. It's, Ohio State's beating out good schools for recruits too. They've got a top 5 class for a reason. But I just thought this was funny for all of the Ohio State fans. They're like, recruiting, look at us. We've got the world's best class ever. Herp to derpy derp. If Michigan had landed, Luke Fahey here, Ohio State players, fans would be in the mentions saying, or the comment section saying, oh, look, Michigan just signed another no-name quarterback. He's, sure he's a 4-star, but, he's Bongo Blue said it here. Buckeyes land the 30th QB on their board. Ohio State would be giving Michigan as much crap as Michigan fans are giving Ohio State for him. So, I don't know. I just thought it was funny. In terms of Travis Johnson, though. So, this is why I wanted to bring up Travis Johnson. Sharon Moore posts the eyeballs at 6:20 p.m. today. This was posted yesterday. This story on 247 Sports was posted yesterday at 11:51 a.m., so July 2nd. Top 247 wide receiver Travis Johnson cites deciding factors entering Friday commitment. Now, I didn't realize this, but Travis Johnson, that does mean he is committing tomorrow. So Travis Johnson knew plenty about the recruiting process because he watched his older brother go through it, from watching TJ Johnson sign with West Virginia in the 2023 class and transfer to Southern Miss this spring. Travis was able to prioritize certain things in his recruitment and come to a decision. The Chesapeake, Virginia, Oscar Smith standout made official visits to Indiana, South Carolina, Penn State, North Carolina, and Michigan, and he is ready to announce his pick. I don't know for sure if Michigan was the last school that he visited, but Michigan was on that list. And it does, I mean, he is committing just a day after Sharon Moore posts the eyeball emojis. So yeah, I mean, this is speculation, and obviously there's nothing to talk about over the offseason, so that's why I'm overanalyzing whether or not this kid's going to commit to Michigan because Sharon Moore posts the eyeballs. And also, this video is going to be outdated by tomorrow at 2 o'clock Eastern. But in any case, it is interesting, though, that Michigan could be landing Travis Johnson, and they also have a really good shot with Calvin Russell. In fact, Calvin Russell is being crystal balled to Michigan. Right now, looking at the recruiting class rankings for 2026, Michigan still finds themselves in the top 10, currently at number 9. They were at number 8. Clemson moved up there a little bit. I saw Miami moved up, I think. Notre Dame loses out on the second spot to Georgia. USC remains number 1, which they probably will be considering the sheer volume of commitments. Penn State dropping all the way down to 12 and Oregon down to 10. That was a little bit surprising to me. And then Illinois down to 20. And where is Michigan State? Oh, down here all by themselves, that cute little 31. Poor little brother. So that's where the standings are now. If Michigan picked up 5-star wide receiver Calvin Russell, I would expect them to end up at least number 8, possibly number 7. It would be really interesting to see where they end up with that type of commitment. But we'll see. Not entirely sure just yet. In any case, who do you think is committing tomorrow at 2 o'clock? Get your comments in before 2 o'clock Eastern on July 4th. And speaking of which, have a great Independence Day. Grill all the burgers and dogs. Have just a wonderful time with family. And again, if you're not subscribed, go ahead and do so. We're going places, and we'd love for you to join us. And with that, we'll see you in the next video.